Hello, people. This is Lounge Styles, and this is the Honest Reviews.
Yo, everybody.
So, Honest, apparently people took a certain word that you used a little too seriously in your one-shot commentary on Meta.
Yes, and that joke was basically me calling Meta an unoriginal third-gen faggot.
Now, sorry about that. I'm feeling a little tired at the moment, but forgive me for my yawning. But here's the thing that I just want to talk about when I hear people take this seriously. It's a joke.
Yep. And seriously, people would know I was joking if they actually knew me, you know? I mean, before we get on, let's look at these two comments that were sent to me. The first one's by Nintendo Angel 101.
Yes, and it says, third gen? Please don't label commentators like that. A commentator's a commentator.
I know that. I really do.
Anybody that uses the joke or says third gen faggot knows that a commentator is a commentator. It's a joke that most commentators use to, just joke around with somebody.
Yes, and just basically say, hey, your commentary sucks. I guess that means you're a third-gen faggot.
Also, most commentators don't give two shits if they're labeled or not.
Nope. I mean, when I first heard about the third-gen term from Ethan the Third, I just couldn't care less, really. Because, no offense, but some of the things he said about the new generation of commentators were, in fact, true.
Yeah, and then I get labeled second gen commentator, and I don't give a damn about that.
Nope, and technically I'm third gen, but I don't really care if someone doesn't like me for that. Who cares?
Exactly, and seriously, I don't know if I could just repeat myself because I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it's like, when will people understand to not take certain words so seriously and actually think before they speak?
Yeah, and I think the next comment is by the Soldier Saints. Okay. You mind to read that also?
It's my pleasure. Didn't really see the point in this one shot. I'm not going to a White Knight meta, but what's wrong with plugging in another usernames to cite an example?
Because it sounded more like he was just using Daniel's idea for himself.
That's a good point, and that's one of the reasons. Though I will admit his commentary was rather poor, if not completely pointless. Although the third gen faggot card is a stupid and useless label that is no better than a punk, nerd, jock, or slut. Again, it was a damn joke. Why the fuck did you leave a paragraph long comment under this guy's channel if you had a brain to realize that the guy was indeed joking?
Yeah.
That's like me making a video on Ariana and calling her a cunt flap, and everybody knows I'm messing with her. And she knows I'm messing with her.
Yep, that's kind of like how Dread overreacted with you and Ryan's video, even though Ariana and some other people were okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's retarded. That's like me going up into a video and calling Jen a backstabbing whore, joking around with her. Not even meaning it, not even being serious, just joking.
Yep.
And better yet, that's like anybody leaving a comment under any Ponage Files video I've done and thinking that I was serious.
Hey. How many times has that happened?
One time, and that was a long time ago.
Hmm.
But here we go. As a commentator, I thought you would be past that middle school-esque insult. And lastly, sorry, I cannot comply with that last bit of text. Nothing to say.
Yeah.
Soldier took it way too seriously. He took your one shot way too seriously. Apparently, he didn't understand a joke when he heard one, and he left this paragraph long comment under your video because he felt insulted because somebody's used the word third gen faggot.
Yeah.
And I'm going to quote something I said in my video. If you get offended or take this word seriously, third gen faggot, you probably are a third gen faggot.
Yeah, and about the I cannot comply with the last bit of text, I was also joking with that as well because I knew that Meta would freak out if someone was saying unsubscribe to him and unfriend him. So I just decided, just for shits and giggles, just to type that down. I even put in a prediction in the description box asking people, will Meta freak out about this? And yeah.
Guess what? Meta called you a freaking troll. And in case y'all did not know, Jen did the same thing. She went under the guy's box and said unsub and unfriend to Meta. He flipped out and blocked her. Now I know you're all wondering, well, Loudon, Jen went on the guy's channel and told all of his friends to unsub and block him. You're missing the point. If they really cared for Meta and if they really liked Meta's work and they really cared for Meta, it would not have mattered what Jen said.
Yeah, and yeah, I think the only reason he thought I was a troll is because I kind of spammed a few comments on his suggestion box because he blocked me for a bit and just saying a bunch of things just for laughs. And I guess when he saw my commentary, he just thought, oh, this is another one of my so-called trolling things. And I said this once, just because I troll a certain person does not mean I troll every time I go on YouTube.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I actually do talk to a bunch of friends on YouTube and kind of get into chats and watch other videos that I like.
But no, he did not know that. He jumped to conclusions, just like a bunch of people in that comment jumped to conclusions when they saw your video.
Yes, and seriously, if anyone's seen when I first uploaded my first commentary, they would know I'm technically a third gen. I mean, it's not that fucking hard to find out.
It really isn't.
Nope. And I will say this, I do kind of find a difference between the term third gen and just third gen faggots in general. For me, a third gen commentator is just a commentator who just started around, 2010. And a third gen faggot is basically a terrible ass commentator that basically E10 the third and almost everyone else is ragging on for doing these certain noobish mistakes in their commentaries over and over again,
And taking jokes too seriously. Case in point, Dear Mouse.
Yes, and can't spot obvious trolls and jump to conclusions in certain things, which is, it falls under Too Funny version 4 and Olyver Radiator.
Or if I like to bring up another example of Dear Mouse being stuck in 2010 and going after a person because, you heard all these things about him and doesn't realize that maybe the guy's changed over the years.
Yep.
And yes, I am talking about Tubers 93 and Dear Mouse.
Yeah.
Yes, I am talking about that.
Yes, and one thing I could say about Olyver Radiator is that he kind of stereotypes certain people that get commentated on. For instance, he kind of stereotyped the guy doing the review on IGN about Duke Nukem Forever as a fanboy of Call of Duty and Halo when he never brought up those two games in his review.
Yeah, that was a mistake on his part.
Yes, and in his recent commentary when he was commentating on Ryan and Dan, well, technically Meta's commentary on Wave's commentary on Danny and Ryan, he basically...
Oh, God.
Yeah,
No, you know what? That's another freaking thing I want to bring up. I'm sorry for cutting you off, but this has to be said right now. Anybody that does a commentary on Wave's video on Ryan and Danny or Meta's video on Ryan, if anybody does that, y'all are just as gay as meta.
Yes, I mean,
Because why the hell would you do a commentary on that video? Especially if you're going. Especially, I'm surprised no one gets the right amount of sense and go, well, I want to do a video on Ryan and Danny's first dual commentary, but I can't find the original video, so I'm gonna use Wade's video and I'm gonna just put it as is without having to edit all the parts that Wave was in and just show the entire and like get to the parts of Ryan and Danny talking.
and then he said he'll just move on to meta when he saw that commentary. And I was just like, yeah, I'm okay with with 2 degree commentaries or 3rd degree commentaries, but when it comes like 4th, 5th, and a multi-degree commentary, yeah, that's kind of pushing it. Especially if the commentary itself is like, oh, I don't know, over 2 hours long.
And oh, it's like 12 months old, probably.
Yes, but anyway, what I was trying to get with Oliver Radiator stereotyping in that video was like, Danny was basically saying, getting on Chief Shadow's case about not finding Game Dude's joke about one of Game Dude's jokes funny, and he was saying, she said something along the lines of, "Why do you not find it? Why are you getting so angry at this guy for making a simple joke or something like that?" And Oliver Radiator comes in saying, "Well, why are you trying to defend a guy we're supposed to hate?" And I was just like, "That's
and that right there just gets to me. It's like apparently no one here has a free will to.
Yeah, no one's allowed to like the game, dude.
Like,
Apparently.
okay, yeah, apparently. No one's allowed to like the game, dude, because there's so many popular users that freaking say they hate him. Okay.
Yeah.
The guys that say, oh, I don't like the game, dude, you don't have, and they just say, oh, I don't like him because everybody doesn't like him. Yeah, you can't come up with a good reason why you don't like Game Dude. It's the same thing with Tubers93. You can't come up with a freaking good reason to hate Tubers93. Why do you hate Tubers93? Oh, because everybody else hates him and he's a drama whore. Okay, yeah, and you just figured that out?
Yeah, I mean, if you dislike a person, well, that's okay with us, but if you're just disliking this person just solely on the fact that someone else dislikes them and other popular people dislike them, you're a fucking tool. I'll just say that right here. You're a tool.
That's what we call dick riding.
Mm-hmm.
And Olyver Radiator, you sound like you sound like a really nice guy, but you're a total dick rider because you are just hating on somebody without having a real reason to hate on them except what she said.
Yeah, I mean, technically,
Like I dare you to actually pay attention to a fucking Game Dude video and think with your own free will and your own mind and give us give a legitimate reason as to why you don't like the Game Dude. Actually look at a video and make your own thoughts on it, not what somebody said.
yes, and oh, and before you try to get on IGN's case for being a bunch of Call of Duty or Halo fanboys, make sure they actually mention Call of Duty or Halo in their reviews before you start calling them fanboys. Because seriously, I'm still kind of sick that every time IGN does a negative review on any FPS, they are suddenly called Call of Duty fanboys.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah.
And most of the time they never even mention Call of Duty or fucking Halo.
Yeah, I mean, sure, they basically praise every Call of Duty game that comes out, but that doesn't mean they use it as a basis for every other first-person video game. I mean, just recently they gave a good review on a an adventure story game. Yeah, and an Xbox Live arcade game. They gave a good review to that. So obviously they're not 100% fanboys that they call every other game should be like Call of Duty or Halo.
Exactly.
Yes, and basically after I saw him like stereotype these two things, I was wondering if I should go back in his commentaries and see if he stereotypes a bunch of other users he commentates on.
Because God forbid. Well, no, I think he did the same thing with tubers.
Yeah, I remember he did do a commentary on tubers, and I was just shaking my head when I saw that.
I never got a chance to see it, but I've heard a lot of people say that it was a really bad commentary.
I didn't really watch it. I just saw that he made it, and I just watched a little bit of it, and then I exited out.
Because there were like tons of video clips.
No, it's just the fact that he's commentating on tubers. That's it. That's the only reason why I exited out. And,
yeah, exactly. It's a commentary on tubers, and apparently no one knows tubers is a drama whore.
Yes, and
no one knows that yet, apparently.
Yes, and I guess I'll reiterate this. Wars told me that he talked to tubers on Skype, and he said that he is a pretty decent person. He just acts, you know, the way he does on his commentaries, just to be a troll.
He acts like a drama whore to be a drama whore because he honestly doesn't give a shit.
Yes, but everyone has to take him seriously. I mean, I stopped taking him seriously.
Here's his rendition about it. I actually heard it from the man himself. I act like a drama whore because every commentator has to be like the good guy. Every commentator has to be like, oh, like you have to follow the rules and you have to be this. Like, fuck that. I'm not gonna be that. And so, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. And, yeah, I would agree with him that a bunch of other new commentators act nice. Well, yeah, I tried to be nice when I started out, but now I don't see the point of it when these users are a bunch of idiots that don't listen to anything. So, might as well hit them in the back if it's good for them.
Yeah,
don't really care.
Same thing with commentators themselves. Like, there are some commentators here that are a little lost.
Yes, I mean... Like, again, and those are usually the people that I could consider as a third-gen faggot. The worst thing that I've also seen certain third-gen commentators that actually make positive commentaries where they just agree with the person they're commentating on.
Yeah, I saw one commentary like that. I forget the guy's name, but he basically did a commentary on Youngblood agreeing with everything that he said.
Yeah.
And that did not look good.
Yes, and even Joshua's guilty of this. He's made a commentary on one of Adam's commentaries and basically agreed with almost everything he said.
I mean, and you know, I know a lot of people going like, why is there videos that people don't, why is there not commentaries where people are like agreeing with everything the person is saying? Well, here's the reason. If somebody makes a commentary agreeing with what somebody says, then that guy's considered an ass kisser.
Yes.
When there are some obvious, where there are probably some obvious problems.
Yes, and really, it just makes the rest of the commentary look fucking pointless. And even another person has done this, and I don't really consider him a third-gen faggot. If anything, I consider him like a fourth-gen, if that will ever exist. And, you know, he's Kirby MSC. And, yes, he did a commentary on Guptill's video about his voice demos, and he basically agreed with everything Guptill was saying and praising him for his work. But the funny thing that Kirby did in that video was basically say, "Oh, your name is Dylan Guptill? That my name too. My name Dylan Kowalski." And I was just like, that's not the same name, dumbass.
But thank you for giving us what your real name is.
Yes, that makes it so much easier to get your docs. Alright, but these sort of commentaries I just can't really stand at all because there's really nothing entertaining about someone just sitting behind a microphone, just agreeing with everything the person is doing.
And just kissing their ass. Like,
Yes, and yeah, and some of these people like Meta, Joshua, Michael, Radiator, and Too Funny version 4, I do consider them kind of like third gen faggots because they still make all those things that the third gens are mocked for, you know. I mean, granted, Meta tried to do audio ducking in that commentary I did a one shot on, but it was so piss poor. I mean, he forgot to lower the fucking audio, and that was just embarrassing. In fact, I literally just sat there wondering who the hell is trying to speak in this part of the video. I thought it was probably the people he was commentating on.
Yeah. That I haven't seen that yet, but no, I shouldn't because I think I said it once in my review on TOG. If you're gonna audio duck, at least lower the volume of the video so you can to the point where you can hear yourself and the guy talking, or better yet, like lower it to the point where you can't hear the guy talking but yourself.
Yes, but he claimed that he watched the video ahead of time before uploading it, and I have to say,
that is bullshit.
yes, that's bullshit, because if you were watching it, you would have noticed it. I mean, granted, I have a Windows Movie Maker. I'm switching to Sony Vegas soon, but I would notice that sometimes when I published a video, it would cut out certain sound clips that I had there, so I had to republish it over and over again at times. And have to see if all of the sound clips and all the audio was working just perfectly before I uploaded it. I mean, it's not really that hard. If I can easily do that and notice when my audio goes out because of Movie Maker being a bitch, surely Meta could have noticed.
Yeah. I think I have nothing else really much to say on this.
Yes, not really. Me neither. Just that third gen faggot joke that I made was just a. That's all it was a joke. And if you took it seriously, no offense, but you're a fucking dumbass.
Yep. And this time I'm not really joking. I kind of mean it when I say this. If you get offended by the word third gen faggot, chances are you are a third gen faggot.
Yes. Oh, and by the way, I want to challenge everyone who's watching this video to watch all of Olyver 88er's 2-hour long commentary on Meta.
And see if your eyes don't bleed.
Yeah, and see if you don't feel the urge to fall asleep or click the back button.
Or rip your computer screen a new one.
Yes. But with that over with, I guess we could just say goodbye and hope to see you all next time.
See you in the next video.
Bye.